Okay, I thought while I've got my camera out, I might as well show another technique, another one that's relatively simple, but for anyone that's new to stamping, obviously you don't necessarily know all these little tips and techniques. So for this, take a stamp, any stamp. You can use a piece of paper, but a pack of post-its is ideal for this, and your ink. In this case I'm using VersaFine Black, but you can use any ink. So first things first when you're masking. Now I'm only going to do a simple masking. I'm not going to do a complex picture of masking because that's a little bit more in depth. But just for a simple masking, the thing to remember is the first image you stamp is the image that's going to be at the front. So you work from front to back. So stamp up your stamp and stamp it down. Oops. Wobbly there, but because it's a visible image stamp it still comes out perfect. Then with the same ink that you just used, stamp it on your post-it note. It doesn't matter if it's faded and doesn't come out that clear. Put it on your post-it note with the sticky side closest to where you stamped, and then basically you're just going to cut around the edges of the stamp. Now the best tip I can give here when you cut is don't cut up to the edge, cut just on or inside the edge. If you cut up to the edge, you'll end up with what you call a ghost, like a white line around it as you stamp your next image down. But if you cut it, and you can see, I don't know if you can see there, there's some of the ink from the stamp still left on the bit I'm cutting off. That's kind of what you want. Not a lot, but you know, you want some of it on there, because then that means you have a slight overlap of your stamp, and you won't get the ghosting around it. So here's one that I've cut out earlier. So you basically take your mask and stick it over your first image, okay? And of course, because it's a post-it note, it will hold itself there. You take your stamp again. Doesn't have to be the same stamp, can be a different stamp. You could be stamping a bit of text behind it now or whatever, but basically take your next stamp, position it where you want it, and stamp down. Lift up, and then when you take your mask away, you've got a masked image, so your front one is still more than visible. So if we put it back down there, I just wanted to show you that. And let's, for argument's sake, use a different colour so you can see it a bit clearer. Just wiping some of the black off my ink. As you can see by my stamps, I don't clean them properly that often. I just use an alcohol-free baby wipe to wipe them over between stampings and when I finish stamping. And then once in a while I'll give them a good old scrub. For me, it's what I find works best. I don't have time to keep cleaning them all the time, but I also find when there's a little bit of dried ink on there, it tends to help any other inks you put on there stick to your stamp. So again, take it, push it over, take it off, lift your mask up. As you can see, that's really clearly behind it. If you then wanted to put one in the middle here, obviously you'd mask all three of them off, or certainly the tops of all three of them off, and then you could do your one in the middle. So all that would mean is cutting a few more masks out. But that's it. That's the masking technique. That's how you can get one stamp behind another. Don't forget, always start with your front stamp first. The stamp you want to show fully at the front, that's got to be your first stamp that you lay down, and you work from there. That's it. I hope this has helped. Thank you.